Hi, I just wanted to introduce you to Weha Mong. He is the director of BMArise. BMArise is a part of SEAPC, and many of you already know Weha. Some of you from your churches have visited Cambodia, and Weha has been a part of SEAPC for many years. But what I would like to find out from you, Weha, is that when Zoe and I first found out about Cambodia, Pastor Mark with SEAPC, the president of SEAPC, he told us about the dropout rate.
Yeah.
And it blew us away that 60% of the people that got to 8th grade, 60% dropped out before 12th grade.
Right.
But that's just the beginning, right? So what else can you tell us about the statistics of the primary school dropout and those that don't make it, how the classroom dwindles?
Yeah. So by the time that I am in the school, so the statistic that Pastor Mark has shown you was correct, because the number of the people drop out are very, very big, because a lot of people don't think that the study makes something for them, because they did not see the future. So what I have here is from grade 1 to grade 6, that is called primary school in Cambodia. So from that time, when they finish grade 6 to grade 7 to secondary school, 50% of the student was lost by like mid of the year in grade 7, because a lot of them have like their parents think that they have an ability to like earn something for their family, so they had to call their child to go to work with them. So and then from grade 7 to grade 9, by the time we lose another 40 to 50% of the student again, because during that time it's really, really hard for them to get past the secondary school.
Wow.
Yeah. And then from the secondary school to high school, another 40 to 50% of the students have dropped out, because it's even harder from secondary school to high school.
Yeah. So you lose half of the students by the time you're halfway through, from first grade to the middle of 7th grade.
Right.
Half the students have been lost. And then you lose 50 more percent, half more, of those that make it past 7 by the time they're in 9th grade.
9th grade.
And then another 50% between 9th and 12th grade.
Right.
So that is just being cut in half, cut in half,
and half.
and half.
Yeah.
And so there's just a huge number of people who have not finished the high school.
Yeah, because according to the number that I see now, even now, if they get into grade 12, but they did not pass the national exam, so probably about like 20,000 people. So only about 2,000 people or a little more than that have passed the national exam.
So passing the national exam is the graduation of high school. So even if they make it to grade 12, but they didn't study hard, and they're not ready for the national exam, how many chances do they get? Can they take it after they don't pass the first time? Do they get another chance?
Yeah, they can apply for another 2 chances that they can apply for the national exam, but they had to go through again, just like they are in grade 12.
So they need to spend 1 more year making sure that they get the tutoring and they know the subjects to get ready for the exam.
Yeah.
Okay, wow. Now, in America, we have a program for people who don't complete high school. It's like if they drop out of high school, but they study this program, then they get a diploma that's equal to finishing high school. Does Cambodia have a program to help the person who has dropped out of high school finish?
They do have, but just recently For what I know, it's about only like 3 years ago that they have developed a program. But the people had to attend the class. So
Oh.
that program is accelerated from 12 year to 6 year. It's halfway,
Okay.
but they have to work really hard morning and afternoon. So, but they have to attend the class to get that
Wow.
program done.
Okay, so the program is a 6-year program because they do grades 1 and 2, grades 3 and 4,
Right.
grades 5 and 6. They do 2 years at a time,
Right. They
For
need
each
to
year.
get the time.
but they cannot be working.
No, they had to attend the class.
They have to attend the class.
Hmm.
Wow. And so that's part of what we're trying to do. With our PEP program, we want to make a completely online program from grades 1 to grades 12, but we're working on grades 1 through grade 6, the pathway program.
Yeah.
But they can study and work hard, but also not drop out of work. You know, they can continue working because some of their parents, you can't stop sending me money.
Right,
You
because
know.
they had to generate income, but
Yeah,
they had to study also. So that's why
that's
the
right.
program will work for them.
And many of them just simply have given up hope
Yeah.
that they don't make a lot of money. I think without the high school, what is the minimum wage?
So without high school in Cambodia,
Mhm.
they can work from $80 a month to $150 a month according to the experience
Wow.
of the level of work that they have.
Yeah. So they can get paid as little as $80 a month?
Yeah, because me,
Yeah.
even I am finished high school, but
Yeah.
when I go to university, I working during university. I only
Yeah.
get $80 a month.
Oh my. Wow.
Yeah.
And we have figured out that it takes close to, what, $100 or $200 a month almost because of the cost of living now?
Yeah.
That $80 a month, you just simply can't do it.
No.
You have to
That was like,
share an apartment
6
with
years
20
ago.
other people, you know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you eat one meal a day, maybe?
Maybe.
Yeah. Some of the people that I met, the one family, 3 sisters up in Popet, they all dropped out of school. One dropped out in grade 4, one dropped out in grade 7, and the other one dropped out in grade 9 because they needed the money for the family to survive.
Exactly.
And now they are working unbelievable amount of hours and maybe make $125 dollars a month, maybe a little bit less, cleaning the hotel rooms in the casinos.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
And the one girl, she's 22. I talked to her on Facebook, and they come down for the Thanksgiving. You met them at Thanksgiving.
Uh-huh.
And they said she would love to go back to school. She wants to hear all the stories of the young ladies that are in our house and how they graduate already
Yeah.
and how they finish. But she says, I cannot. I can't do it. I have to stay working. Because their money, all of them chip in to help support the whole family.
Yeah.
But what's common among all 3, at the end of the month, after all month they've been paid, at the end of the month, the last week, they don't have food.
I believe.
So at the end of the month, maybe they have a little bit of rice. But
Or
usually
noodles.
they take the noodles and they cut the noodle bags so that they can have 3 meals. 1 bag of noodles 3 times a day.
Wow.
That just breaks my heart. Yeah, it breaks my heart.
Yeah.
So, but okay, so the government does have a program, but you have to be willing. Somebody has to support you for 6 years,
Yeah.
or you work at nighttime for 6 years and go to school during the day.
Probably.
Yeah, yeah,
That's the way I think.
yeah. So, what's your family been like? I mean, do you have people that have finished high school before you in your family?
Wow. That was a sad story. My older sister almost got there.
Okay.
She get to only grade 11.
Wow.
Then she dropped out because according to the lifestyle that she need and
Yeah.
to support the family. Not really for the family, but the lifestyle that she need. Because
Yeah.
during that time it's getting to be a little bit higher. So she need something that can fit for her. So that's why she drop out of school and go to find a job and then find what she need. And my
Yeah.
younger sister, a few years ago, she get into grade 12, but she did not pass the national exam. And
Oh,
now
wow.
she working as a labor worker.
A laborer.
Yeah.
Now, did she take the exam 2 times already, or just
No,
one?
she take only one. She just don't want to give like spend another year.
Spend another year
Yeah.
remediating. Remediating.
Uh-huh.
So maybe she would be an ideal person who might want to try the program, the pathway program.
Maybe, yeah.
Because then she can still work. But does now during COVID, does your sisters have employment? Do they have jobs?
No, she stay at home.
What about the people who don't pass and do not graduate? What are their options?
So they have only like 1 or 2 options, but what I can say is they maybe go back and work with their family,
Yeah.
farm, raise some chicken, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe like that. But the other one that may be a better option for them is they can go to the vocational center
The
or
vocational,
vocational school.
like the one we visited here in Sisseton.
Yeah, like the one we visit in Sisseton.
Now, from what I understand, that right now there's only one in Sisseton. In all of the province, there's only one
Yeah.
vocational school. And this is for post-secondary, after the high school.
Mm-hmm.
It's for those who did not graduate. And there's only one. And I know the government wants it in all the other provinces, but how many provinces do you know? Are there many that have a vocational school in the province?
It was the government goal that every province has to have vocational center.
Yeah.
But for what I understand, probably about 3 provinces that have that.
And how many provinces are there in Cambodia?
25.
So you have 3 provinces that have a post-secondary vocational school
Mm-hmm.
out of 25 provinces so far.
Yes.
That's why during the COVID I met so many young families that came to BMArise looking for work,
Mm-hmm.
and they had none. And they were not the graduates. I had 2 families that the wife never entered school. They didn't even start 1st grade.
Wow.
Not even start. And the husband dropped out in 4th grade or 5th grade or 6th grade. No high school.
Yeah. No.
And they were laborers, but there was no work to be had. And right now, what I know we've talked about with SEAPC, with our 10 buildings, we have 10 now?
We have only 9.
9.
But they plan to do 10.
Yeah. There's one more they got to build yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
2
So,
more actually.
2 more.
Because the eggs
Yeah.
are on progress.
Okay.
So they have to be 2 more.